All right. Welcome to day 94, I think. And let's do a transmission based communication. I'm channeling my inner Legolas today, but I realized that, sound is working. But I realized I also look like David. I am gold soul, and also the real thing that I was channeling is the Mel Gibson guy in the Mel Gibson character in Braveheart. Anyway, transmission-based communication is what I believe is the future of communication and the type of communication that we are supposed to do. And also what blocks the transmission-based communication is trying to figure out how people want to receive your transmission. So that I got stuck in that right before this transmission. And I was like, wow, the transmission is so clear, but why? What is it that is blocked? So the first so I'm going to share from my experience here now how I operate with my transmissions. And so I was feeling this. There's been so much there's so much information coming through. I could sit here all day and just speak realizations and how things are connected and things like that, because it's been just pouring out of me all morning. But I didn't do that. But then this came and like, okay, I want to do a transmission on this. But then it was the choice, is it in the 108 days or is it a public transmission? Because the energetics now are starting to differentiate and becoming different. So, and that affects the transmission. And then I started to overthink. So we still have that layer of the multidimensional detox, the mental layer, because the mind comes in and just ruins the party, the creative party. And then I started to overthink, like, oh, am I going to do a professional transmission? Then it has to be. So I started to set up this in the more public. So this is like the private space, the private corner of my YouTube channel, which I believe it's like only for us and no one else is going to find it. So here it's like I'm more safe, and it's super interesting. It's super interesting. But then when I do a public transmission, then I'm in my, like, not that I'm performing, but it's like I really want to do a good job, and it's very important to me, and I want the listeners to really have I don't want so much of the fluff around. I want to go straight to the point, and going straight to the point is not always easy. So as I'm learning this transmission style communication, it's very easy when we talk amongst people who we are safe with, and people that we know or who know you, and you know that you're not going to get challenged or triggered or whatnot. And then we come to the public space, and something happens with the nervous system. It's almost like the body knows, because it does. So when the pressure is expanded, that's when we start to feel it in the body, and that's when we start to get the blackouts, and the different bodies react in different ways. And most of our lives, okay, so this is bridging the mental layer. So most of our lives we are trying to figure out how are we going to express ourselves, because we want to control how we are being received. And that is highly time consuming and very, very difficult. And I mean, that's where I've been stuck my whole life. I've never been able to, I'm not going to say never. It's been difficult for me to be fully myself, because I also realized that the personas that I had were, creations of that time. I was influenced by, my experiences, who I hang out with, and we adapt and we play roles and we go into charades and we want to belong and we want to. It's a people pleasing, but it's also a normal. Then this is like the people pleasing is not bad. It's a human functionality behavior that is what it is. It's like it's like if you place a judgment on it, then you just ruin the whole thing. then you're not you don't know what you're looking at if you place a judgment on it. And I'm not saying that I'm not judging, but it's something that I work very deeply with, and something that I find very interesting to remove the judgment and see what happens. And that's when we can see the balance and the truth and all of that. So also I've been told in my human design charts twice by different people that in my chart it's like I'm very balanced. It's like it's even gone to so far that saying that I'm unable to judge, that I'm unable to judge. And then I believe that I'm unable to judge on a like my core setup, and then I've learned judgment along the way, and now I'm unlearning the judgment. But then the choice was between this channel and another channel, and then I tune into my body. How do I feel? How do I want to respond? How do I want to show up? And I felt that so I went with my body, and the body want to be in a more relaxed. So now I start to open up my body, and that's what I allow myself to do in this type of format. In this is for me also. I wonder where this shadow comes from. This one. Okay. So making those choices started to interfere with my process. So I could feel that I was getting blocked if I wanted to do a fully styled transmission and not be able to, squirrel, just be myself and still express myself. Because both parts are needed for the evolution, because the body needs to practice the new behavior. So if I'm allowed and be free and uninhibited in my expression, then I will naturally become who I'm supposed to be. That's one aspect of the becoming, because this constant fear of being corrected when you speak is, if I say devastating to the soul, I think that that's an underestimation. It's just like, it's like living in a cage. It's like, so I believe that the real unlocking of the throat chakra is to access the transmission based communication. That's what I believe the actual throat chakra blockage is. Because I don't know how much work I've done on throat chakra clearings, and still it's not until, because the voice is supposed to attract. It's like a bird song. It's a frequency of your voice that is supposed to. So the body is a self-attracting, self-attracting abundance magnet. And when everything is online, that's the natural state, because we have the nervous system is sending out a signal, the heart is sending out a signal, the eyes and the ears, like everything is sending out a signal. The voice is sending out a signal. The thoughts are sending out signals. It's like we're just communicating all the time. But if we are not speaking from the flow of life that is, supposed to go through us, so the field that I'm talking about is it's life itself. It's the energy of life itself, And the only way that I can refer to it is as God and life itself, the creation itself, because it's all the same. And when that flows through, when the body is open and everything is turned on, that flows by itself. And then that is what's communicating out of you. But if we don't have access to that, and we are just trying to mimic and talk like everyone else and sound smart like everyone else, and now I have to, because that's what I've been trying to do my whole life. It has been exhausting. And I've been looking at others like, I wonder if everyone feels so disconnected, or if everyone just feels super comfortable in their own skin. Well, I guess I'm about to find out, because I'm, starting to talk about these things and asking these things to people. But it's like, I can literally feel how that is blocking, the whole technology of the whole thing. And of course, I'm not attracting, I'm not attracting the likes, but I was attracting the likes then because that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted to do. That's who I thought I was. So it's like this constant upgrade of what we are attracting. I mean, I spoke to someone today that has been. This is super interesting. I spoke to this about, I think, yesterday. Birds of a feather, that attracting likes. So we're having extremely interesting conversations about all these things. And yeah, it's. I lost my train of thought. I just take that as okay. Don't. Maybe that's enough then about that. It's like a self. Okay, change subject. So this is super interesting, and it's unlocking a lot for me in the level of the field work and interconnectedness, and that's where the excitement is, and that's where the new level of communication and attraction is going to be. Because if you're not communicating your true signal, then and okay, how do you know that you're not sending out your true signal? Because you look at what's being, it's like you send a boomerang. Whatever you're attracting is what you're sending out. So if you look at life and the people that you have around yourself, then you look, okay, what am I attracting? Is it getting gradually better and better? Okay, good. I'm on point. But if it's not, then you're not sending out and that's going to be, because I also speak about, that's what it's about in these formats. I can jump between topics. I can't do that in the other when I choose a topic. So I'm practicing on being diligent and professional and master the transmission. Here I'm just practicing the transmission and being myself and enjoying it and having a good time with you. Now it looks like I'm having a drink. It's my iced tea. So this is like my private hangout with you guys. So yeah, I moved in the bike. I told you that, but I shared on my stories today a bit more. I'm starting to realize how my social media is going to work. It's going to be, these are the transmissions. The podcast is my own process and where I, enjoy my own company. Are you allowed to say that? Transmissions is when I'm being professional, and then the Facebook and Instagram is where I share posts and information and different insights and promoting this and promoting other things and sharing my lifestyle. And then on stories is really the lifestyle. That's where the personality, this and the stories are where the humor and the quirks are going to come out. and the everyday life. So I think I'm gonna, it feels like I'm gonna share more because it's fun. So we were out in the gym this morning and it's getting really hot here. It's creeping up to 40 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. 40 degrees. It's 105. Yeah, so it's getting up there. It's getting above there. So and it's also smoky season. So in the mornings it's getting pretty hot. So I have to keep it inside so I can move the energy all the time. And I'm moving it in a way that is very exciting. So I'm not doing it CrossFit style. The assault bike, I have to call it an air bike. I'm in an exceptionally good mood today. So this is it's like the transmission is to be yourself. Because when you are yourself, you're revealing yourself. And when you're revealing yourself, you allow other people to know you. And when you allow people to get to know you, they can connect with you. And that is, the connection needs to be on a heart, nervous system, fascia, energy field, like it needs to be a real connection. It's like the avatar, the things has to actually connect. It's not enough to just stand in next to each other, just like the Swedes do in the subway. We just stand there pretending that no one is around, so I don't have to interact with anyone. And then you go to New York and they go, hey, like, so it's allowing people to know who you are, and allow the fields to kind of connect. Because when we are pretending, and it's just protection, all of this is protection. So the transmission based communication is when we are in the zone, and we're supposed to be in the zone all the time. We are the zone. We just think that we need to, and that's the level of lack that we're coming from, is that we believe that we only have access to these things sometimes. But if we listen to all the what are all the cliche knowledge that about manifestation, it's like, yeah, the abundance, there's just, it never ends. So what does that mean? What is it that it means that it never ends? Yeah, it means it's always accessible. It's right there, always. The fountain of life. But not in the sense that we're supposed to live forever. Not in the physical form. It's the spiritual form where we live forever. So this, yeah, and death. We can talk about death too someday. The illusion of death. It's not that bad. That's the whole point. It's not as bad as we've been told. But for the body to fully feel that, so we are able to express ourselves fully, we need to either create an environment for ourselves that is that safe. But for most people, that's not possible. So you have to create that environment yourself inside. And that is the energy that is coming, is that we are the creators. Do it yourself. What does that mean, you're the creator? It means do it yourself. Not anyone else. You will learn from other people, but you have to do it yourself. And we're not learning the same way, because people know a lot about a lot of things, but the embodiment is not there. It's about the embodiment. Otherwise, you haven't done it. You can't talk your way through a marathon. You have to actually run the marathon. It's not a accomplishment otherwise. If you just know how it, if you know on this level, on this, if the mind knows how it works. What is that? Zorro, the thief of dreams. You haven't really accomplished it. So allowing the body to accomplish it, that's the kicker. So the way that we're going to learn from each other is by accessing each other's wisdom. It's like, and you're noticing it with phones. You can look at it in technology, because where did they learn all of this? You know, if we just stand next to each other, we start to transmit to each other. But if we know what we're doing, then it becomes really interesting. And as we are becoming aware of the field is also becoming aware. So the level of interaction that we are doing on an awareness and consciousness level, not as an interaction level, but through the awareness, that's when the co-creation starts also, because that's when, you know, if it's always balanced and always equal. So I'm here like, okay, I have this, I'm bringing this to the table, then you will get equally return. So as we are becoming aware of the field itself, and we are, because we're talking about it, there's tons of people who are expressing themselves in the similar ways, popping. I mean, I'm connecting with a lady in Peru, and we're talking about the exact same things. I have no clue who she is. So it's like, it's happening. And now we're connecting, and now it's getting fun. So we learn by being in close proximity with the ones we're actually supposed to learn from. And it's like it's like Bluetooth. It's like, and you can, and it's also it's like bringing in the wisdom from past lifetimes, not the stories, the wisdom. It's the same. It's like, this is the conversations that we had today about that. And I said, yeah, people are very interested in the stories of what they've been through in the past lives. But I'm like, yeah, but what did you learn? Can you please remember what you learned? Because that's the point. It's not how many cows someone took from the others and how awful it was, or how brave you were, or, you know, what did you learn? And how can you bring that into this lifetime? Because that's what it's all about. How can you merge yourself, your higher self, and poof? And that's what's going to make you take off. So the transmissions that are very unpolished, yeah, that's not true either. It's more my state. It's more what I want to do. I want to sit here and look like Legolas. I want to be an elf. I already have some elf qualities, so why not? Okay, I'm in an extremely good mood, and I feel like I will probably just goof around from here. So I'm going to do something else with my time. Not sure what, but I'm starting to really enjoy myself, and that is a long time coming. And I will probably get on that thing. Wow, this is difficult. This thing, because there's so much energy moving in my body, so I have to. So that's the thing, that when you open up the Kundalini too soon through the practices that are not aligned with the body, that is just like, it's just pressing the exact right buttons to activate something, it's not an enjoyable experience, because you can't control the energies. And that can make people do a lot of strange things and become very strange people. So the opening up the body in alignment with everything else, so you can actually integrate it, is a much, much, much wholesome. And that way you can actually control the energies and start to direct them where you want in your life. So I'm working on my physical body right now. So for me to do anything else but working on my physical is a no-brainer for me. So the way that it usually comes out is in undealt emotions, and in, you just consume yourself in different if it's very unhealthy, in very aggressive or sexual or entanglement behaviors, aggressive. It can also be that we are, consuming ourselves in other people's lives. Just, allowing ourselves to be consumed by an energy that is not super beneficial. So I want to use the energy that is unlocking to create more energy. And that's the foundation of abundance, if you allow it to compound. So I allow it to compound. So I reinvest it into my own being, and I allow it to kind of serve where I want the energy to go. So I direct it into here. I direct it into the house a lot. I have so much energy just making it nice, and we have different ideas and just being in our lives, and also into Simba. I think we were going to have a lot of fun. Also, as we are finally getting the space to do the physical practices that we've always wanted. But we were just not ready yet. The nervous system was not ready yet. I hadn't cleaned out my body enough yet. Still working on the stomach. That is going very well. I guess we should do something about that, me and Simba. So now there's a lot of stuff that we want to do that is coming through. So I'm probably going to go and redirect. Simba has a masterclass today on pain and injury, an internal alchemy masterclass. I joined his internal alchemy today, and they just exploded the ideas. So now I will have to close the creative a little bit and go into a little bit of producing and production and doing. Into the masculine a little bit at some point this week. But I feel that everything is opening up. I've also, yesterday I recorded all my, not all, but I unlocked the energy of working with me in the playlist. So there's a playlist where you can work with me. No, but there's a playlist where I will open up all the spaces where you will be able to be in close proximity with me. And so far, I've only opened up the one-on-ones. So the one-on-ones I've decided to open up 3 sessions per week that is available for anyone to grab for any type of anything. Bring anything to me, and we'll have some fun with it. And so I opened up that, and I launched that. The first 10 has 33% off. So with the code SUMMER, there's 10 sessions with 33% off. So anyone can pop in and grab those. And yes, I shared a little bit about the retreats, how it works, what the setup is, and how to do it. And there's more coming on the retreat end. We had some magnificent ideas yesterday, and so there's more coming. But because I want it to be easy transmission, so that's where I will have videos on the rooms or the possibilities that are open, and when they are not available anymore, I will remove them. So there's always an up-to-date kind of these are the doors available. So more is coming. Sensational how I open up the body and connect to the senses, to the life experience. So that's fun. That took a lot of effort for me to open that up. So I feel like I'm moving through different, not blockages, but it's like I'm moving through something that kind of said. So I'm making moves, and they are building a foundation somehow. And by doing that, I put in a little bit of effort in the, it just alchemizes something. Okay. If you enjoy my content, please like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook if you want to see more of what I'm doing. So I'm going to start, it's going to become this omnipresence and a little bit of different style in the different social media. So that's going to be fun to explore with. Now I said okay and goodbying. It's too many times. See you tomorrow somewhere on the internet. No, on YouTube. Ciao.